Well, good morning, and thank you all for coming on such short notice. I've called this press conference to update everyone on the courthouse project. As the chairman of the Facilities Committee, as well as the chairman of the Board of Supervisors, I have worked quite closely with Brad Kistler of Cannon Moss Brigger and Associates from here in Grand Island, and they in turn, of course, have been working with Dewberry Associates from their Florida office. Brad and I talked recently and agreed that it would be beneficial to the board to have some cost estimates to help us in the decision-making process. Brad contacted me late yesterday and informed me that he would be receiving some information soon from Dewberry, and after examining it and possibly tweaking it a little bit, he would send this information to me this morning. I received these estimates shortly after 8 o'clock this morning and am sharing them with you, the public, and the Hall County Board of Supervisors at this time. I felt this was the proper way to handle the dissemination of the information, since we don't have a county board meeting for nearly a week, and I didn't want the information to get out without some explanation. Also, I have placed on the agenda for next week a public review of the architect's presentation with a teleconference question and answer period following that presentation, and that is scheduled, the entire thing is scheduled to begin at 1 o'clock next Tuesday afternoon. So when the regular business of the board meeting is completed, we will we will recess and reconvene at 1 o'clock for this process. In addition to the tentative cost estimates that I've given you guys, another thing that's been decided on the project is the judges have decided that the district courts intend to remain in the historical building, and the county court's intention is to move into the new area. Whether that be an addition or a remodel has yet to be decided. And I want you to please remember that no decision, I repeat, no decision has been made by the board on any of the 6 options that have been presented to us. And the fact that only 2 options are shown on your cost estimates does not rule out any of the other options. These are simply a barometer for us to take a look at. When there is a board decision, it would be my intent to hold informational meetings for the public to express their thoughts regarding those 2 options that we do narrow the project down to. And now I'd like to take a look at the numbers with you. And quite honestly, I really haven't had a chance to look at them. As you can see, they were emailed to me just shortly before shortly before 8 o'clock this morning. I didn't open them up till a little after 8, and here it is a little after 9, so I really haven't had a chance to digest these numbers a whole lot either. But Brad Kistler sent the email to me. You've got a copy of the email. He just reiterated a couple things, that they've been working with Dewberry to produce preliminary project costs based upon the schematic designs. Again, these are preliminary project costs based on schematic designs, not a working floor plan or a complete set of prints. So these costs are merely estimates on schematics. I can't stress that enough. I don't want the public thinking these are guaranteed costs, because they are not. They gave us 2 different cost estimates, and they are based on schematic plan A3 and schematic plan B1, and they've given us a range of costs, a low to a high in their estimation. These costs are inclusive of project construction cost as well as project soft costs. The soft costs include such items as site surveys, soil investigation, architectural and engineering fees, and FFE, or furniture, fixtures, and equipment. So they're pretty complete. The project costs also include a contingency for unknown costs during the course of construction. Please note that the demolition of the existing HHS services building and the original jail building are included in the B1 preliminary costs, since both of those buildings would have to be raised in order to build that plan. The demolition is not included in the A3 preliminary cost, since demolition would not be required to build that plan. if we were to determine that we wanted either of those buildings or both of them removed, we would need to adjust that project cost accordingly. And in looking at these, they're pretty self-explanatory. I'm looking at B1, and this is the revamping of the Safety Center building, if you will. This is adding a third floor or a third story to the Safety Center building and putting 4 courtrooms, if I recall.
You're talking about B1?
Yes.
I thought the third floor
Oh.
addition is A3.
You're right. You're correct. I stand corrected. B1 is the addition with 4 courtrooms in it to the back of the courthouse. Sorry, I had this mixed up. We have a range on that project of $12.341 million on the low side to a high side of $13.898 million. So about $12.5 million to close to $14 million using on the B1. On the A3, which is renovating the Safety Center building and adding a third floor to that, we have projected costs of low side of $9.988 million, just $2,000 short of $10 million, to a high side of $11.45 million. So those are the costs. This information is currently being given to all county board members. We will be having a Facilities Committee meeting on Monday to discuss this, and this is also on the county board agenda for, like I said, 1 o'clock on Tuesday.